Sisters and brothers, young and old, black, brown, and white, poor and middle class, and to those from every corner of the country, welcome to the People's Convention. My name is Nick Branna. I am the founder and national coordinator with the Movement for a People's Party, and your host for this historic day. We announced the People's Convention just 3 weeks ago, and today we are being joined by some of the greatest voices for justice in our country, including Bernie 2020 co-chair, Senator Nina Turner, Harvard professor, Dr. Cornel West, two former Democratic presidential candidates, Marianne Williamson and Mike Gravel, Senator Mike Gravel, the former governor of Minnesota, Jesse Ventura, actor and humanitarian, Danny Glover, Pulitzer Prize winner, Chris Hedges, comedian and political commentator Jimmy Dore, and leading progressive activist Ryan Knight, a labor leader with the American Postal Workers Union, and Amazon walkout organizer Chris Smalls. Bernie national delegates and former progressive congressional candidates endorsed by Brand New Congress and DSA are also joining us today. Renowned comedians, leading independent media voices, a poet, the former volunteer national high school director with Bernie 2020, leading Indigenous rights and anti-war activists, nonprofit founders, a climate scientist, and leaders in the Latino and veteran communities, as well as Our Revolution Los Angeles, will all be with us today. And it is my great honor to say that as of last night, the Movement for a People's Party has crossed 100,000 members, 10,000 of whom joined just in the last week. And why is this? It's because we face as a society an overwhelming amount of crises that are converging, a health crisis with a pandemic that has claimed more than 180,000 lives and has at the same time seen millions of people lose their employer-based health coverage at the same time that they need it the most. A crisis, a country that is facing a reckoning with systemic racism and police brutality after the murder of George Floyd. A country in which is facing a housing crisis that is worse than anything that has been seen since the Great Depression, an economic crisis worse than that is unparalleled except for the Great Depression. So the level of crises that we face in this country indicate that we have two political parties that can no longer govern this country. They cannot provide basic needs. There's a term in political science for that. It's a failed state. Our country, the richest country in the world, is seeing right now billionaires adding more than $600 billion of wealth to their fortunes, while bread lines expand for miles, while child hunger has climbed to record levels. In this country, the richest country in the history of the world. That's what has brought us together today, to examine the state of the nation in this country and to ask ourselves, are we being served by our government? It exists for us. Are we being served? And if the answer is no, what are we to do about it? At the conclusion of the program today, we will be holding a historic vote to form a major new political party in the United States of America, a party free of corporate money and influence. The vote will be open to everyone. It will be cast through the People's Party app, which you can download on peoplesconvention.org. So please get the app now, prepare yourself, prepare to cast the vote. We will cast it at the end of the program. I would also like to say that today you're going to be hearing from various different perspectives on what to do about 2020, who to vote for in this election. There are many different views and voices on that, but what we all agree on here at the People's Convention is that the status quo is not working and that we need a major new party free of corporate money. That is what has brought us together. And that is what I look forward to discussing today. First, we must understand, though, the challenges that we face.